Hello and welcome. In the continuation of part 6, in this lecture we will learn about the import and export feature of React. So let's have one variable. Let's give it name as API key, and let's assign any random string value. Let's assign this ABC as of now. So if you want to export this API key in another file, so let me create one more file with name index.js. So this is the empty file. So the condition is if you want this API key in this index.js, in this case we need to export this API key variable. So for this we need to include this export variable before this let keyword. So this will export this API key and this variable will be available outside this app.js file. So let's go and import this API key. So for that, we need to use the import keyword, and we can give that API key. So like this API key will be imported from this app.js. One thing we need to remind is we need to use the relative part. So give this app.js file. So this will be fetched from the app.js, this API key. So let's check by using the console.log, and we will use this API key. So let's run this right node, and we need to run this index.js file as we are having this console right line in this index.js. So write this. So here we can see the ABC. So we are fetching the value of ABC from this app.js in the index.js. This is the one way of importing and exporting value from one file to other file. Other than this, we can use the default to export any value from one file. So we can use this default, export default, and we need to remove this equal to variable. So we are exporting this default from this app.js. So in one file we can have only one default. We cannot use the multiple default. Let's try for this. Let's check the error. So it's saying that a module cannot have a multiple default exports. So from one file we can have one default export. Other than this, we can use this earlier export. We can use the export let, or we can give name as abc equal to hello. So this is still allowed. We can use one default, but we can use multiple export with any variable name. Let's use this as a let abcd. So this is allowed. So as of now, let's comment this. So we are exporting this default, and in index.js file we just need to remove this curly braces. We can give any variable name. We can change it to default export, and we can use this in a console. So let's go and try this. So we can see we're still getting ABC from this default. So apart from this default export, if you want to also import this named export, which we have previously added here. So let's uncomment this. So this is the named export hello1 and named export hello2. So with this default export, let's import this both named export. So let's go to index.js file, and let's import both of them. So type import, and we need to give the named export 1 comma named export 2. So this will be also imported from this app.js file, and below this console log, let's add one more console log, and we can import the named import. So like this, we can import both default as well as named export. Let's try this. So this is our default export and this is our named export. So this is the another way to import and export the values. So let me show you one more way to import the values. You can use import star and we can give as all, okay, from this our app.js. Okay, so here we are importing all the values from this app.js in this all. Let's try to check the console result. Let me comment this to console. So now we are just having this all with star keyword. So try one more time. So here we can see we are getting this all export in this one all keyword, hello 1, hello 2 and abc. So this is all the way we can import the variable from one file to another file. Please do like and subscribe to this channel for such more videos on the JavaScript and the React.